Actually, no interpretation needed when it comes to the Twinkie and the cockroach. It means exactly what it means.
Exactly.
They're the only things to survive the zombie apocalypse, which, by the way, is not real.
Oh.
The zombie apocalypse. I don't
No.
hate to burst your bubble. It's just a metaphor
Okay.
for the moral decline of society. That's what the zombies are. Okay, so folks, let's go ahead and take a quick look once again here at Hurricane Irma. You're looking at the extremely impressive satellite imagery that we're getting now with the new GOES-16 satellite, and there is the Turks and Caicos, and they are in the absolute worst location they could possibly be. So there's the island chain right there, and there's the north end of the eye wall. So this is what's generating 175 mile per hour winds, absolutely decimating that island as we speak. Now, as Irma begins to impact South Florida this weekend, we're going to be seeing winds not of 175, but about 130 miles per hour, so still a major hurricane. A storm surge there in southeast Florida is anticipated of 5 feet to 10 feet. In other words, the ocean will actually be elevated 5 to 10 feet above its normal level, and on top of that, you're going to have crashing waves. And it's estimated to generate approximately 8 to 20 inches of rain. And then the storm is likely going to be impacting Georgia and the South Carolina coastline. So there is the center of Hurricane Irma, and there's the forecast track. All of these computer models are staying tightly wound together, and what this means is confidence is very high. Almost all the models agree this is the path that Irma is going to be taking, and it's expected to make this turn on Saturday. And what makes this storm so incredibly dangerous is the fact that it stays parallel or very close to the coastline, and there's a very warm stream of water here. It's called the Gulf Stream, and the water temperature there now is 88 to 90 degrees. The threshold for a hurricane is 79 degrees, so there is plenty of energy for the storm to draw from. But as it begins to turn to the north, Irma will weaken. It won't stall like Hurricane Harvey did for days and days. It's still densely populated coastline there, and lots of coastal erosion is expected. Now we're finally seeing some scattered showers moving in with a little bit of this monsoon moisture that we got coming up from the south right around extreme southwest Idaho. Most of the shower activity will likely be confined to the Owyhees, Malheur, and Harney County this evening, but if there is a storm off in the distance, it has the potential of kicking up some strong gusty winds in excess of 40 or 50 miles per hour. There's even a slight chance of an isolated shower working its way into parts of the valley here this evening, and that's why this pink shade area, this is a red flag warning for the possibility of lightning generating more fires. Otherwise, for the rest of the Treasure Valley, we're still under the air quality alert for unhealthy air until further notice. There are some indications with the south flow that we're seeing and some of this moisture that the density of the smoke might begin to decrease a little bit here over the next couple of days, but it won't stay that way for very long. The overall persistence in this pattern that we have seen with this giant ridge of high pressure wants to break down over the next couple of days, but it's the high pressure that's kept us super warm and dry and very, very smoky. But as the high pressure begins to break down this weekend, it'll allow temperature readings to cool down just a little bit, but the models are indicating that next week, the high pressure is going to rebuild once again. So here's the futurecast. Let's see what happens with the shower activity through the day tomorrow. And there you can see little hit and miss pockets of rain are possible with some of that moisture that we have in place, especially over the higher elevations of our mountains. And then even looking into Friday again and early Saturday, maybe a few isolated mountain showers, but nothing big, nothing significant to head this way that would help to scour out the air, help the firefighters with the fires that they're fighting right now, and help to clear the smoke. So 7-day forecast for the valley. I'm going to go for smoky skies. Again, maybe a slight chance of a shower in the afternoon tomorrow, but most of it should be confined to the mountains. The weekend we'll see temperature readings in the 80s, and next week we go back up to 90 degrees. In the mountains, we'll see a slight chance of some scattered afternoon showers or storms tomorrow, on Saturday, with drier conditions expected on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it looks mostly dry with temperature readings in the mountains in the 80s. So everywhere you go, we're still warmer than average, still drier than average, and very, very smoky, smokier than average as well. This is probably one of the worst years that we have seen in a long time now.
It's bothering my nose.
Yeah, it's bothering a lot of folks.
All right.